So I'm going to show you how to make some shell earrings that are kind of inspired by this design I have for shells that I use with my mixed media watercolor paintings. What you're going to need for this project is 20 gauge wire. I'm using the Artistic Copper non-tarnish wire. I have some little stone chips, but you can also use beads. I have my earring hooks and my tools. So to get started, you're going to do the top part of the shell. So we're just going to start the tip like this, and we're going to go back and forth with the wires for now to get that kind of effect that looks a bit like kind of a twist at the top. So we're just going to go back and forth. We're going to bring this, and then you'll notice at the top part, these ones are going to get a little wider at the top, whereas the bottom ones I'm going to keep a little more narrow, just so it has a little bit of depth to it. So this one from the bottom up, we're going to keep it quite narrow, up like that. And we're kind of just going back and forth on itself. So that's the second one. And then the third one, we're going to make it even a little bit more wider at the top. I don't really have a measurement as such, but you can kind of maybe judge by the image. And then we're going to go here and bring this across the bottom, and then bring this around to the top like that. So we have what looks a little bit kind of like a corkscrew type thing, slightly. And then what we want to do is bring this one, it's going to be the top of the shell. So we're going to bring this around like this. And then after, we're going to compare them to make sure they're about the same, sort of like one of my little earring hacks. So if we just kind of start like that, and then we're going to bring them together because I've already started this one, and we're going to compare them to make sure they're slightly the same. So we're going to bring this here and line them up. This might take a little bit of wiggling, so you might have to kind of go back and forth a little bit. It's just so they're more or less the same size. They definitely don't have to be perfect, but if you're doing earrings, you want them a little bit even, so that lines up quite a bit. You can make this curve as stylized as you like, and then basically what you're going to do is give it a little bend here, and then bring this, give it a curve up. So once you have the top curve, we can do the same with the bottom curve. Just line them up so they're more or less the same. You can play around with them to see what matches up, and then just get these little ends together here, hold them in place, and then just kind of match them up like that, just so they're more or less in the same place here. And then you can separate them. From here, we could just bring this around to here. We're just going to go like that, and we want to twist this in place. We're just going to take this one, bring it around here, and get our cutters, and you want to cut it like snugly in place. So give it a nice little cut, and then we can pinch that in a little bit and just pinch it in place. And then basically you have that kind of shape like that, and then you just need to attach this end to this end. So just kind of hold them beside each other. Take this, it's handy if you have a bit of a nail, and bring that around here, and we just want to finish the end. So we're just going to hold that in place so it's like beside each other. Bring that around, give it a little cut, and we're going to save this end to add our beads. So we're just going to bring that here, pinch it in. So there you have your beautiful shell. If you want to add like little beads or something inside, you can, but I'm going to keep it simple for the earrings, and we want to dangle some beads down. So you want to add some beads to it, but you don't want it like dangling like all over the place. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take another separate wire, and I'm going to wrap this around. I'll wrap it around one side here, just around that end. You could even use a thinner wire for this if your 20 gauge is too thick. So we're going to wrap it around here, and then wrap it around this side here. We're going to bring that here. So we're going to wrap it on either side of that line there, because otherwise it's going to flip back and forth and twist. So if we just do that, we're going to wrap it there, and then you can clip it there and just push that in place. So then you have like a nice little wire on there just to dangle it down, so it's not going to be like flipping to one side. And you can add your beads. So I'm using the stone chips. I have some green stones, and then these are actually like little shell pieces. They're kind of cute little purpley shells. So we're going to stick the shells, and then we can do a quartz. This is just a little clear quartz, and we can do another shell and another green stone. Yeah, so the sky is the limit with what kind of beads you can use, or stones. These are nice because they look really natural. And then to finish off the end, I usually like to do a clean finish on the end, so I will just cut it at 3/8 to 1/2 inch. And we'll take this, and we want to do a loop that's perpendicular to the piece, so we just kind of bend it back and around. Let's close the circle, and then we're going to get our hook and open up the hook, or you can make your own earring hooks if you want. These are just surgical steel, and there we have our little shell. So there we have the pair of shell earrings, and they look really cute with the little stones in there. And like I said, you can fill these in with other wires. So thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more wire art and jewelry making videos. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live and when I post new videos. And if you'd like to share photos of your wire work, be sure to join the Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club on Facebook. I'll link it up below. And if you'd like to check out my wire work on Etsy, my husband and I specialize in wedding cake toppers and funky jewelry. I also have a mailing list, so I'll link that up below, and I'll send you my free Wire Art Essentials ebook. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you the next time.